Through the centuries, there have been great civilizations and leaders that have changed the course of history. They heralded in great ages through art, science, religion, and economics. They have also brought dark times with war, famine, plague, and other issues that plagued the ancient world. Among all the great civilizations, none were as prominent as these great civilizations. The world would have halted had it not been for the Teutonic conquests in alien lands. Theodore Roosevelt. The ancient peoples of the world were first nomads that searched the land hunting and gathering. Eventually, they would settle near water sources, like the people of Priori, the precursor to the nation of Priori. After settling on the river, the people of Priori organized expeditions to discover lands to conquer. They would eventually use these lands for staging future wars that we have seen throughout their history. We are all of us stars, and we deserve to twinkle. Marilyn Monroe. Another ancient peoples, called the Sparkles, also settled on a river, a common theme among the ancient peoples. They settled into the first matriarchy of the world, and their art is now renowned as some of the finest in the world. Scientific research is one of the most exciting and rewarding of occupations. Frederick Sanger. The Merrick tribe of the Newtonians settled on a river connected to the East Ocean. Eventually, this major event would lead to the founding of the Newtonian Federation, a very strong scientific nation that still leads the world in the greatest scientific advancements known to all mankind. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is sure to come your way. Leslie Gore. The first recorded instance of the lollipop peoples shows that they settled near the tundra lakes of the south. These people were heritors of the guild government format that we see today. Very rich and powerful now, but they did start from a very humble beginning. Great empires are not maintained by timidity. Tacitus. Lastly were the peoples of Nora. They were first recorded to have settled in the north near the northern beaches and rocks, a natural place of defense against potential future enemies. There they found the capital city of Roma as the start of their new empire of Nora. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Warren Bennis. With a strong start in agriculture, the early nation of Priori grew steadily. As exploration progressed, the nation of Priori discovered a hostile village. To centralize power in Priori and to create safety from potential adversaries, the nation adopted an oligarchy as their main government. This was cemented by their charismatic and wealthy leadership. The Sparkles people renamed their capital to Rainbow Sparkles, hoping for good luck in the future. With more voices came, and art came more power to their civilization. Soon the power was given to those with the most art, as they formed an oligarchy of art collectors. The Newtonians explored the beaches while they expand inland, hoping to find more resources. Finally, after some exploration, the Newtonians encountered the village of Guthiada. Viewing the new village as hostile, the Newtonians formed a republic called the Newtonian Federation in order to discuss the potential threat. The most charismatic of them, of course, formed the leaders of this republic, swaying the people with plans of livestock improvements. Fishing becomes a necessity of the lollipop peoples. They became the first tundra fishers of the world. As they explore the unknown, a volcano discovery leads to the first recorded connection with the Newtonian Federation. With the improvement in fishing, a powerful leader of lollipop peoples begins to emerge with their monopoly over the fishing boats. The people of Nora start to expand out to sea as they see the waters as a great resource to build on. The scouts eventually come face to face with citizens of the Alfanato village. As time moves on, the Norrens expand on their southeast beach to improve their seafaring activities. Soon, a powerful Norrøn man takes control and forms the Empire of Nora. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. Albert Einstein. With a new priority in scouting, the peoples of Priori begin routinely mapping out the surrounding area. With suitable land discovered, people looking for new life in the oligarchy of Priori are sent on an expedition to colonize the new lands. It is around this time that the first altar and monument of Priori were constructed. It is not confirmed what they were worshipped. Many suspect the oligarchs were worshipped due to their wealth or some other deity, but what is certain is that the monument was very important to early Priori life. The first recorded meeting between the Rainbow Sparkles and the Newtonians starts with a chance meeting to show a new science. As a result, the navigation of the Sparkles increases. With their scouting improving, the Sparkles begin to worship a deity of the waters, the first ever recorded religion. Eventually, altars are constructed for their water deity. Some even survive to this day. With the beauty of their artistry, the Sparkles people spread it with their neighbor, Icefire. With that, they expand into artistic writings to smooth the cultural trade. As potential tensions increase between the Federation and the village of Gutiana, violence ensues, creating a breaking point. To avoid the situation from getting worse, the Newtonian Federation and the village of Gutiana sign a peace treaty to avoid future conflict. It is recorded that the Newtonian people decided on a mandate of settling near the mountains in order to please the gods. With this decision, the Newtonian religion is formed to worship the sun, best seen from these mountains. As time goes on, the Newtonian Federation meets a new nation, the nation of Freed. The Newtonians looked upon the Freed unfavorably as a backwater civilization, and instantly the relationship became hostile. The Lollipop Guild celebrates a new day as they rename their capital city to Yummyland. With scouting comes foreign issues. This is apparent in the first meeting with the village of Akmonia, as the guild scouts were reported to have been wary of the potentially hostile village. The scouts are cautious not to cause either an international incident or to be killed by foreign entities. This struggle turns deadly as Akmonia did not take kindly to outsiders near their borders. As time moves, the guild starts to worship deities of the harvest and of the forge, as their fishing boats have brought in such prosperity. The Empire of Nora discovers the village of Gordium. To prevent possible conflict, the Empire attempts positive relations with the village. At this point, they begin writing more, trying to create understanding with their neighbors. As a result of this, they were able to build their first library and were able to send educated settlers out. Distrust and caution are the parents of security. Benjamin Franklin. The oligarchy a priori meets Gordium as well. Unlike their neighbors, they didn't consider them a threat nor an ally. Unconcerned by the hostile village, they send their settlers to colonize land near the village to claim it as their own. The new town is settled between Gordium and Priori, creating a buffer for the oligarchy. To ensure this buffer, they send more settlers to expand the oligarchy further in that area. As they expand, they find acolytes of an ancient religion stuck in a destroyed temple. After saving them, the acolytes joined the oligarchy a priori in recognition of their efforts to help. The new town grew to the point where it made official population center by the oligarchy, prompting them to name the town Soma. The Sparkles made strides for diplomacy with their neighbors, even if they planned to make more troops. It is better to have them in case of potential war. With expansion, the Sparkles naturally invested in the public life of their peoples, setting initiatives to better their lives. Popular policies grew and enticed the people of faraway lands. The time for expansion was ripe, and their vehicle would be education as they constructed their first library. The town of Glitter Party was founded, and their first initiative was defense, with their famed archers. With the nation of Ice Fire at their doorstep, this initiative was crucial in keeping neighbors from invading easily. While Ice Fire was the original intention of their defenses, Glitter Party was attacked by a group of warriors from an unknown village. There are records of the attack, but no mentions of who attacked. The warriors of Gutiata attacked the Newtonian capital, hoping to plunder for riches. With war comes danger of civilian casualties. The Stouts of the Federation are hit by hostile gangs of Roman warriors. To compound the troubles, the Stouts keep discovering more potential foreign enemies, as the village of Hattusa is discovered. Threatened by the new defenses, the Gutiata warriors retreat. There will no longer be free meals for them. As still expansion increases, they discover the girly pop Sparkles people. The guild tries to alleviate foreign pressure by opening diplomacy with Acmonia. The first recorded religions were formed on the basis of wisdom and nature. They also find hostile entities, and that much has been conquered by the expanding oligarchy of Priori. The settlers are under attack. Fleeing from a new threat, the settlers hurry to settle their new town. In an attempt to protect their citizens, Nora sends troops to distract the foreign adversaries. Finally, the town of Greeka is settled. The battle still rages between the aid of troops and foreign enemies. Nora starts a new goal of militarism to stop the attacks. The oligarchy a priori sends a settler close to a friendly village. The settlers settled on the land in between Soma and Gordium, forming the city what we now call Amnesia. They then hurry to settle the land south of Priori. This eventually founds the city of Dying Light. The Empire of Nora accepts the local festival proposal between the two nations in the future hopes of prosperity. They do not want any other foreign issues as they encounter hostile village troops from an unknown place. These interactions led Nora to their first ever recorded conflict. Early signs point to Nora preparing for the war before it happened. Records of foreign villages' stouts near Noran territory point to their growing concern and vigilance. As quickly as it was seen, the soldiers of the foreign village attacked the Noran city of Greeka. Trying to defend their city, the soldiers who noticed the stouts fight with the city defenses as they come under siege. They stood valiantly, but the sheer numbers of the enemy overwhelmed them. A plea for aid is sent to the capital city of Roma, and they respond quickly by training troops for the conflict. As Greeka is attacked, stouts sent to find the enemy village are also attacked. Despite this, they are successful in finding the enemy, the village of Avunatu. The stouts retreat to safety. Their job was finished. Rome begins to build their first major army. The Nettonian Federation learned from their previous incident with the village of Grutiada. They built their first army to deal with the potential threat of the village of Atusa, a hostile village. As they move, they leave a battalion to deal with the Stouts. They do not want any warnings for Hattusa. The army finally makes it, and they are met with resistance from a Hattusa general. The Etonian army overwhelms the defenses of the small village. Eventually, it falls and the Etonians plunder and disband the village. The Etonian general is rewarded for his total victory over Hattusa by gaining more support for easier movement in battle. The Etonians make camp to recuperate and make sure the threat no longer exists. The Lollipop Guild, taking advantage of the lack of hostile entities, moved to settle nearby lands to bring them into the guild. The first settler founded the city of Lickyland, named after Lady Licky, the founder of the city. The more they settle, the more they get closer to other civilizations. Their Stouts eventually meet the Stouts of the oligarchy of Priori. Sensing potential future conflicts, the Stouts flee their new-found colleagues. Priori sends their general to the border city of Dying Light. They are preparing for a potential future conflict with the nation of Ice Fire. The nation of Girly Pop Sparkles, like most of the other civilizations, also have problems with hostile villages. They test the borders, then they attack the city of Glitter Party, while having others attack the capital of Rainbow Sparkles. The battle begins as the defense of the nation takes precedence over everything else. They fight back with the bulk of their forces with their general in command for the capital. After the first wave, a new wave of enemies appear. There seems to be no end to them at all. The general takes it upon himself to give the nation more time to fight, and to get settlers out without peril, taking major blows in the process. The enemy retreats as both sides regroup for the next clash. The general commands the troops to take advantage of the retreat and sends settlers out while providing cover fire. After some time on the defensive, Girly Pop Sparkles finally discover the hostile village of Nagtipuan. They attempt diplomacy with the village, but that will take time. In the meantime, they must defend themselves. Grika continues to suffer under siege. Roma is finally ready to send their army to the defense of their sister city. They arrive just in time as Afonado has sent reinforcements. With their savior's arrival, Grika starts to focus on repairs to reinforce the city. A cultural exchange is promoted between the Empire of Nora and the Newtonian Federation. The nation of Freed is slowly expanding near Newtonian lands, prompting the Newtonians to start expanding. They send settlers south to found new cities. In response, a war breaks out between Freed and the Newtonian Federation. Troops are sent by Freed to attack their new cities. Soldiers of Freed and an allied village are met by the same general who defeated the Hattusa. The combined enemy forces are easily repelled. The Newtonians then march forward towards Freed at the city of Jadet. Suffering too many casualties on the way, the Newtonians regroup before preparing another assault. As the injured rest, the generals send in an advance force to attack the city. The army starts to move. emboldened by their regroup. Jadet is overwhelmed. The conflict rages on in the nation of Girly Park Sparkles. The settler makes it and founds a new city. Instantly, they start making troops to defend themselves from the hostile villagers. Seeing the city under siege and surrounded, the Sparkles send help to push back the enemy. The Sparkles plead with their ambassador to speed up the negotiations as they are losing their city. In the meantime, reinforcements arrive and deal major blows to the Natikpunan forces. The city is near its breaking point as soldiers from both sides clash in the lands and around the city. Chaos takes control of the battlefield until hope rears its head. The diplomats finally strike a deal with the Natipunan, ending the bloodshed. The Lollipop Guild sends out more settlers to unclaimed lands. They spot a scout from the Natipunan and instantly start moving troops to shore up defenses. They plan to not suffer the same casualties the Sparkles had. The settler was sent to the other shore. A dangerous expedition, but proves fruitful as the city of Sumeria was founded. Another settler is sent south to claim the lands south of the capital. With Greeka relieved, the new general marches towards Afunatu to stop the village once and for all. Roma sends reinforcements to meet them there. They hope for an end to the conflict through force of power. Afunatu sends one more final defense before they make it to the city. After being routed, the Afunatu troops retreat to the safety of their home. The general, met by his reinforcements, chases the fleeing soldiers to Afunatu as the siege is about to commence. Afrodito is completely overwhelmed to the point that they sue for peace, creating diplomatic ties between the two. The general is recalled to Roma,